And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We got a bit of a wet one coming at you. It's the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about ready to go. And on the mound today, Ben Brown. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip. But he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Man, I really like the ability to bounce back right there after not getting the call he probably should have gotten. He didn't let it affect his focus, and he came back with another good pitch to get him swinging.
Here's Turner now. Swing and a miss at one above the zone.
1 and 2, the count.
One out, bases empty. And that's in the dirt.
2-2.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top two guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. 2 outs, bases empty. Got him swinging, and he strikes out the side in the first. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. You're dialed into the show. Back here with my pal Singy, and on the hill here today, Jesus Luzardo. What do we have on him?
Well, he's allowing just over 1 base runner per inning, which is really good, especially for a starter, because these hitters get to see you 2, 3, maybe even 4 times in a start. So just shows you how deceptive and how effective his stuff is. We'll see if it's that way in this one.
We go to the bottom of the first. So up now for Chicago, Ian Happ. That's in for a strike at 95, and the count 1 and 2. Popped up. Turner makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Here's a look at the Cubs lineup. One thing these guys do very well is stay out of the double play. They've hit into the fewest of any team in the league, Chris.
Well, Boog, we don't see situational hitting as that art as much as we used to, because guys are slugging the ball, they're hitting it over the fence. But when you see a team that has the ability to shorten up, hit behind runners, and go first to third or first to home, man, that just adds to the element of what you're able to do in other ways with the bat. So opposing pitcher better not walk anybody or give them free base runners, because these guys know what to do when men are on.
1 down, base is empty. Hard hit, right side. And he takes it himself for the out.
Hey, man, 4 pitches, 2 outs. That is an excellent pace.
One of my favorite stats all time, 1997, the Hall of Famer Craig Biggio played in all 162 games for the Astros on AstroTurf, and he never hit into a double play. Check swing, called strike. Two outs. And down on strikes. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. Scoreless after 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now here's the veteran DH, Kyle Schwarber. And that misses. And a count 2-1.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one, because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
Well, that high four-seam fastball has become such a great pitch for pitchers to finish hitters off. They're trying to stay back with 2 strikes, make sure that they can handle something off speed, and just with good spin rate, good rotation through the zone, elevate it a little bit, get a lot of swings and misses, and that's a really nice job right there.
Here's Nicholas Castellanos. Sizes this one up. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Batting 6, the catcher, JT.
And now it is JT Realmuto. Second inning here, no score. Just off the outside edge, and it's 2-1. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Big knock there to keep the inning alive and an opportunity to put something in the gap and give the Phillies the lead.
Max Kepler at the plate. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. 2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Here at the top of the second. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Phillies strand 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And we're back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And it'll bring up Justin Turner.
This is a hitter who takes his game to another level, playing at night.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Line drive, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game. But all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
And here comes Dansby Swanson. The 2-1. And that one upstairs. Nobody out. Runner at first. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Runner, take your base.
Base knock, and now a free pass. This has the makings of a big inning if they can get a couple more quality at bats.
Here's Nico Horner. Outside low. Yeah, that's ball 2.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Outside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Ground ball right side, could be 2. In plenty of time to first, and that is a big first out.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. He's going to finish with a new career high in stolen bases, Chris. That's off the mark. 2-1.
He's got a base open, so the pressure to come in and really attack this hitter, not as great as it would be if the bags were sacked.
2 on, 1 out. Just missed. Miguel Amaya in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. swing and a miss, and that's strike two.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big two-out at bat coming up now.
And now it's Miguel Amaya. And that one fouled off. Two aboard, 2 outs. And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
A couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Here at Wrigley Field, here's the third baseman, Alec Bohm. To third, Birdie. Whips it to first. And one away at the top of the third.
That is not the center fielder,
Johan Rojas stands in for the Phillies. It feels like we might be headed towards a rain delay if the weather doesn't ease up, Chris.
Yeah, the umpiring crew are going to pay attention to how the weather is impacting this game. And the moment it becomes dangerous, I think, is the moment we'll be forced to take a break.
Right through there for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out.
Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Round second, digging for third. The relay throw. Not in time. He's safe.
Well, most guys would have a double out of that, but for elite speed like his, that's an automatic double. He's thinking, how do I turn this into a triple? And that's exactly how you do it.
So the lineup flips over. This is Bryson Stott. And that drops in for a strike.
1-2.
And the righty deals. Swing and a ground ball. And it goes just foul. Cut on and lifted in the air. Tucker should have it. Drops into the glove. Runner tagging from third. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Here's Trey Turner. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. Makes the catch up against the wall in foul territory. 1 run on 1 base hit, no errors, no one left. We head now to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Phillies 1 and the Cubs nothing. Bottom of the inning. So up now for Chicago, John Birdie. It's interesting, he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. On the ground, boom. Fires over to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The left fielder,
It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arms warm forever if it's a long break, and going to have to exit this game a little early.
Line drive, and that's a base hit to right. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Now it's the DH, Seiya Suzuki. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Everyone's trying to elevate the ball in today's game, but if you can hit a ball that hard on the ground, it's going to find some holes.
First and second, one out. Here's Kyle Tucker. And a swing and a line drive into right field and a base hit. And the stop sign goes up at third on the potential tying run.
Oh, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that. Now a great opportunity to at least tie up this game with something like a sac fly or an error in the infield, but another hit to the outfield could absolutely end it.
Now Justin Turner gets a chance to hit.
He's looking for a ground ball to get a double play and out of this jam.
Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. One runs in, another comes in to score. Here's Tucker on his way to the plate. He's in there. 3-run score.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. One out, runner at second. And now it's Dansby Swanson. Right side, hard hit. And he handles it himself for the out. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. So here's Horner now.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Pete Crow Armstrong on deck for the Cubs. Turner at third with 2 away. Base knock right for you. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and they're up by 3.
Well done. Drives in the run. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy. Didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep. Took the barrel right to it and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Pete Crow Armstrong getting ready to hit. This to third. Boom. They take the force out. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. So it's 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Cubs 4 and the Phillies 1. As we go to the top of the 4th, here comes Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Not a lot of people know this, but this isn't the only Wrigley Field in MLB history. You know, when the league expanded and added the Los Angeles Angels in 1961, they played their first season at a stadium in L.A. called Wrigley Field, which had been the home of the minor league team of the same name. Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy's just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Swings and misses. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate. And I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
Man at first, one away.
This guy's seen 2 changeups in a row. Could be a little vulnerable for a fastball right here.
Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Make it 7 strikeouts for him.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Foul ball.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
So now 2 on and 2 outs.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
Now batting Max Kepler. Up the middle. Fires to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play. Phillies leave a couple, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Ready to go. Bottom 4. Now the Cubs catcher, Miguel Amaya. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Castellanos makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
The third baseman, number 5,
John Birdie at the plate.
Birdie.
Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Rojas pulls it in on the run.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
And now 2 balls and a strike. There's a strike. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. That'll fire up the dugout. 3rd home run of the season, and they add on. It's 5-1.
Already playing with the lead, and now they're celebrating a home run. They're having a great time out there. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit. 2 down, nobody on. That one close, ruled the ball. Ball 2. Two outs. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Next offering upstairs.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
The 3-2 is outside, and it's ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
That one's in there, and that's strike two. And down on strikes he goes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Cubs tack on another with a solo jack. It's now 5-1. It's Major League Baseball on the show. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Julian Merriweather.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
That one not close, and it's 2-2. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Caleb Thielbar up and throwing for manager Craig Counsell. Roberts warming up as well. And it remains 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
So up next, Johan Rojas. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Boom. Gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
The batter, number 5.
So the Philly batting order turns over. So digging in now for Philadelphia, Bryson Stott. Swing and a foul out of play. The Phils down by 4, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Amaya makes the catch, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Trey Turner with a chance now.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
2 outs. That one missed.
That's the ball.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
3-1.
Bryce Harper on deck for the Phils. Ground ball left side. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw. A tough play, and now there are runners at first and second.
The first baseman, number 3.
And now it's Bryce Harper to the plate.
Harper.
And a swing and a miss.
1-2.
The 1-2. Well struck right field. This one looks like trouble. 1 run across. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play, and it's now a 2-run game.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
So runner at second, 2 down. And Kyle Schwarber will come up. And he takes a strike.
The strategy of winning a ball game, when you can make that pitcher work a little more, expose himself by throwing pitches, that could be the key to winning perhaps later on. So good job of extending this inning, getting a knock with 2 outs to bring the number 4 hole hitter up.
And he hits a ground ball right side. He steps on the bag. They limit the damage here. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this two-run double. It's now 5-3. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show.
Pitching for
back now to start the bottom of the fifth and taking
Number
over on the
61.
mound, Christopher Sanchez. This southpaw has been really good against left-handed hitters. So here's the cleanup hitter, Justin Turner.
The first baseman, Justin Turner.
Lined, and that's a base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Turner aboard here at first with nobody out. Grounder off the pitcher. The throw is still in time, and they get it out of the play. Well, that ball came back and got him pretty good in the chest. As the catcher checks on him. Looks like he might be okay, though, Chris.
Yeah, I'm sure that stunned him more than anything, Boog. Always scary when we see comebackers like that, but I think it might just turn into a big, nasty bruise.
Nico Horner will come up to hit.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Swings and misses. Now 1-2. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Orion Kerkering preparing to come on if needed. One out and a runner at second. Last half of inning number 5. Up the middle. Oh, great grab on the dive. Throws from his knees. He's in there.
Wow, he did everything he could on that play with the throw from his knee, but the hustle down the line was enough to earn him the infield knock, and that's a great baseball play all the way around.
Runners at the corners here, one away. Pete Crow Armstrong digs in now. Lefty out of the stretch, runners at first and third. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a ground ball out to short. Base hit and a run in to score.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
2 on, 1 out. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Miguel Amaya. High fly ball down the left field line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
The third baseman, number 5, John.
And here is John Birdie. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Next pitch is downstairs.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
And they're all loaded up.
Take your base.
The left fielder, number 8.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Cubs lineup. And Happ up to hit. 2 outs. Bases are full.
Brugge, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
That misses the zone, and a count is 3-1.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
That one is absolutely belted. The relay to the plate, and he's in there as 3 runs come in. Well, he delivers in a huge spot right there.
Oh, he's so dialed in. I don't think he even realizes how much pressure exists out there. Very easy swing, nice and relaxed. This is the type of approach you want to see guys take in this situation.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Christopher Sanchez gives way, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
Here's
Phillies.
the new pitcher for the Phillies, Jose
Number 46.
Alvarado.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
So 2 down. Seiya Suzuki will hit next. Late with the swing there.
2-2.
Happ at second with 2 down. Next pitch downstairs, and a full count now.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Runner, take your base.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good
The right
patience
fielder,
in this
number
one.
30,
It's the second time he's taken ball 4.
First and second, 2 down. And next for the Cubs, Kyle Tucker. 2 outs, a couple of base runners at first and second. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And that'll do it. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We're through 5. It's the Cubs 9 and the Phillies 3. Back here at Wrigley Field, all set for the start of the inning. Nick Castellanos at the plate now.
Castellanos.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Tucker sizing this one up. Makes the grab, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, catcher JT Realmuto.
JT Realmuto steps in.
The one thing you can look at with Realmuto, and we've talked about this in high school, you know, this guy was a quarterback, very athletic. He was an infielder. So, you know, he's not stuck at catcher. Like he's a great catcher, but if you needed to play him somewhere else, become a first baseman, you definitely have that option, probably even some third base. But he's not just catcher only, although that's what he does. His athleticism can put him in a position for a team that if they wanted to do more, they could.
Ripped on the ground to second. Toss to Turner, and Realmuto is out.
Now batting, left fielder Max Kepler.
Max Kepler stands in for the Phillies. Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Awkward swing there from the big left-handed hitter.
Off balance as well. Talk about tying a guy up. That was ugly.
On the ground to the left. Birdie sends it to first. That's the third out. So they make short work of him there. To the bottom of the sixth we go. 4, 5, 6 coming up. It's the Cubs 9 and the Phillies 3. Back here at the friendly confines. Bottom of the sixth inning. So now Turner in on that right side. Ball to strike. The pitch.
No, that missed.
Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen.
2 balls, 1
Orion
strike.
Kerkering getting ready to go. Ruiz getting cranked up as well. And a big swing and a miss.
Good late sink
2
on
and
that
2.
fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that was the cutter down and in right there, and typically
Now
if you're going to
batting,
have a chance with the pitch,
Dansby.
if it's down, that's your best chance of doing anything with it. It's kind of like a mini slider, just with a little less vertical movement, but still that one tied him up and he couldn't get the barrel to it.
So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2. Gets a piece and stays alive. And there's a ball.
2-2.
That one ripped. This looks like extra bases, and that's going to roll to the wall. And that's a double.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Now it's the second baseman, Nico Horner. Just missed.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that is in for a strike. It's 2 and 2. Swanson, the runner at second with 1 away. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under it, puts it away for the out.
The center fielder, number 4, Pete Crow Armstrong.
And up next for Chicago, Pete Crow Armstrong. In there at the knees. Runner at
2
second,
balls,
2
2
down.
strikes.
Here in the bottom of the sixth. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Coming home. He will score, and it's an RBI single, and they're pulling away up by 7 now.
Comes through with the RBI. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Man at first. Here's the catcher, Miguel Amaya. To first, and he breaks for second. To second, and he's out. That's the inning. So it's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and no one left. We're through 6 full. It's the Cubbies 10 and the Phillies 3.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Ethan Roberts.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
And here comes Alec Boehm. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 1 away.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
And digging in for Philadelphia, Johan Rojas. In the air, left side. And makes the grab. Out number 2.
Man, Boog, I love watching an outfielder take on the wall to make that play. And it's a lot easier to watch from up here because that can be painful in the end. You know the wall's coming up on you quickly, so you have to maintain concentration and able to make that catch and hold onto it after contact.
Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Caleb Thielbar, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Keller getting loose as well. 2 down, nobody on. That's to third, and foul ball. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Phillies down in order. Not what they were looking for. It's 10-3. Well, this game isn't very close, Singy. Let's see if we got any messages from those tuning in today.
I know we got some good stuff in there. Boo, growing up, who is your favorite big league mascot?
The Philly Fanatic. Still the best mascot.
Is there a reason?
1, 2.
Well, I love the Phillies, and I love Mike Schmidt. Michael Jack Schmidt, 548 home runs. He was my favorite.
Well, some people say you and the Philly Fanatic kind of have some things in common.
We have a similar body type. It's true. The 1-2. And he grounds one to the right side. He'll do it himself. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground. Nice ground out.
So up now for Chicago, John Birdie. The other component is you get less viewings of a specific pitcher. So your ability to go to school on one guy, you maybe get 2 looks at him and then he's gone. And that's a fair ball down the right field line. And that's going to roll a while. Not stopping. He's going for 3. The relay in there safely. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ.
Ouch. That hit him.
Boog, that wasn't even close. You know, sometimes a guy will barely miss the zone and hit someone, but right there, he completely lost the handle, and that's when it gets a little scary.
Swing and a miss.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play with 2 strikes. Some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly.
On the ground, could be 2. There's 1. On the run, throw to first. On to first, save. So they get 1, but a really nice try there. So here's Kyle Tucker now.
The right field.
He's hitting for that pop. Came out of the gates really strong.
2 outs.
2-1.
And that's
the
off
ball.
the inside edge. 3-1.
Right through there for a strike. 3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Stays alive. Suzuki, the runner at first with 2 gone. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. They'll do it again. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Brings it in, and that ends the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. 8th inning coming up. It's the Cubs 11 and the Phillies 3. New inning getting started. Trey Turner at the plate.
Leading off for Philadelphia, the shortstop, Trey Turner.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. The Cubs bullpen with some action. Caleb Thielbar, a lefty, looks to be getting himself ready. And a 1-2. So Trey goes down on strikes.
The first baseman, number 3.
So Harper stands in.
Harper.
Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Breaking ball misses down and away. The other way, and that's a fair ball. Now he'll turn for second. And he's got his second double of the game.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Here comes Schwartz to the plate. That's down and in. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
2-2.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 1 out and a runner at second. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Tipped into the mix, strike 3.
Oh, there he gets the slider in on his hands, and it just eats him up. You know, it's hard to get the bat around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension. That's one he definitely should have laid off of.
A little out front there as he swings through it.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Hit on the ground to short. On to first. And that is that. 1 left for Philadelphia. Still 11-3.
Now pitching for
Back now,
Philadelphia.
new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the
50.
bottom of the 8th, Orion Kirkering.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Here's Justin Turner. Next pitch is outside. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Full count.
In the air, left field, down the line, and that'll get off into the seats. Puts it in the air out towards left center. One away.
Now batting, the shortstop, Dansby.
Swanson digs in. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And it is 2-1.
That's the ball.
And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
Nico Horner.
2 outs, base is empty. Nico Horner, the next Cub to hit.
That's the ball.
2 down, nobody on.
2 balls,
Here, the
1
bottom
strike.
half of the 8th inning. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2-2.
Outside
Count's
low,
full.
and the count's full. Hit in the air, center field. Rojas. And that's the 3rd out. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here's the catcher, JT Realmuto. Here's a 1-1. In the air on the infield, Swanson. Hauls it in for the out.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
Left fielder, Max.
And now for the Phillies, Max Kepler. Base is empty, 1 away here at the top of the 9th. This one popped up. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman, Alex Bohm.
So they're down to their final out. And now it's Alec Bohm. The 1-1. They're down to their final strike. Movement in the Cubs bullpen. Caleb Thielbar, the left-hander, up and throwing. The Phillies down to their final strike. Foul tip, but he hangs on for strike 3. Ball game.
The ball for his first career save deserves to be on display at his house. I mean, it's kind of like when a restaurant frames its first dollar bill somewhere on a wall. You just can't forget your first save.
And your final 11-3. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.